On my journey to find some of the best survival games, I may have just found another one right up my alley. Sunkenland. Now right off the bat, Sunkenland is already doing something a tad bit different. The entire premise is that you must survive on small islands or on the water if you choose to do so, with a bare minimum of wood and strawberries, and with that you won't survive pretty long. So you're going to have to put on your big boy pants and head underwater and collect resources such as metals, glass, cloth, electronic components, and even the ores you'll need to mine is all underwater. And if you have some sort of fear of the water, this one's going to be a hard pass, unfortunately, because there's very deep parts underwater here, and there are sharks, so you've been warned. The whole gameplay loop of being underwater is actually refreshing. The limited oxygen you have adds to the danger and the gameplay. Now I will say that the game is janky as hell, all the way from Jank Central, so it needs to be said going forward. The grind here is real, but that should be expected playing any survival game. The game has tons of progression that feels earned. There are neat workshops to use, from the research table to unlock your next item, to a grinder to fix your gear, or oxygen replenishment stations, which will be important for much deep dives, and weapon stations to make scrap guns. I believe that there could be more, though I haven't unlocked everything yet. Throughout the game you will be battling hunger, thirst, and energy, so food will be scarce. You're going to have to rely on crabs, fish, and if your aim is very good, seagulls. Well, as for drinking water, well, ain't that the dilemma. Surrounded by salt water, your only source of water will be to purify it, collecting salt water, boiling it up. And last, for energy, you will have small things like food or energy drinks, but your best friend is a good night's rest. Just make sure you have food on standby because you'll be hungry and thirsty. The game has one of the best things any survival game can have, in my opinion: AI enemies. We're talking mutants that slap you silly, to humans with different factions all around the islands, taking over bigger, complex structures, heavily armed with guns. Which, as a fan of guns, the game has firearms you can mess around with. But they have some good aim as well, so it's a very mixed bag for me at the moment to say whether this is good or bad. And the game has a tower defense system, kind of gameplay loop here, where your base will get raided by enemies, and they want to destroy your stuff, basically. So building defenses such as barbed wire fences or walls and traps will be crucial for your long-lasting base, so I think that's another plus for the game. Building is simple and straightforward here, nothing new that you haven't seen everywhere else. Support beams needed for roofs to work, walls, etc, etc. The best thing about it is that you can build on the water and make water bases and so on. Now what I think the game does wonders is decorations. Throughout your adventures, you'll be finding junk. Paintings, toys, vases, chairs, neon signs, all sorts of random junk that you can decorate your base with, placing them around freely, anywhere you please, making your base come to life with comfort. And truthfully, this is something I don't usually see done a lot, because it feels like a waste of time and effort, but it's a nice touch to the base building aspect. Now, to the bad. Obviously, the jank. It will be the main thing that will be a setback, and maybe a turnoff for some people. Like I said, it needs polish and animation, such as running underwater, or melee fighting feeling so clunky, enemy AI being completely dumb, sometimes just getting stuck in places. And I would say sometimes there's quite a few things on screen due to HUD elements not being able to disappear, like boats will always have this color wheel, and this mixed in with the flags and whatever has icons can get very, very messy quick. The graphics aren't impressive as much, but the game runs totally fine, so I guess that's the trade-off, I suppose, here. And another thing to mention, the last update was 17 months ago, and being in early access can be quite the hit or miss here. Now, do I believe the good outweighs the bad here? I do. The game does things just a tad bit different from the usual survival games, and it's playable, it works, and it's fun. Sunkenland is one of those small hidden games in my eyes. Survival but underwater is where all the city is. It's refreshing. Honestly, I say it's worth a buy. For 20 bucks, it's cheap, has plenty of content as of now in 2026. Go out and buy it, man. I'd wasted your time plenty. Stay hydrated, stay happy, and I'll catch you in the next one.